Hey, it's Liz, and I'm here with a very special guest. Welcome, Mark. How are you going?
Good, thanks. How are you?
That's good. One of our awesome graduates from the Champions program, and I've invited Mark today here because he's bought some websites on Flippa, and we wanted to talk about that experience of going through and finding and buying some good websites on Flippa, because these turned out to be good deals for you, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did.
Yeah. So do you want to start out by talking about, we'll sort of talk about site number one. This is the first site you bought.
Yep.
Can you tell us about how you found that on Flippa, and what was it like to get on Flippa and find that?
I guess like anyone getting on Flippa for their first time, there's a lot of stuff to take in, but we just went through the process of, selecting. We wanted a content site, we wanted a site in a certain price range, making a certain amount. And just go through the listings and analyze each one. I wasn't looking for any particular niche. I wasn't looking for, I was quite open-minded. But site number one actually stood out to me as something that I was really personally interested in, and so I was quite excited about it, and probably went a little bit above the normal starting point for a website. So that one, I was looking for content sites that were monetized through advertising or affiliate revenue.
Yeah, which is what we teach. So Mark was really very much following the strategy of finding a leverage site that you could renovate too.
Yeah, so we did a whole due diligence on it. We made sure that everything checked out, but we were also looking for opportunities. And actually the opportunities were pretty easy to spot. There were things like so we talked to the owner, and the owner was really helpful. And the owner told us that you just didn't have time for it. Like people find all the time on Flippa. And when we looked at the website, sure enough, there were articles that the year hadn't been changed in the article title for 2 years. So we bought it in 2019, and there were still articles saying best something or other in 2017. Yeah. And that looked like a pretty easy win for us. So we saw some good opportunities.
Good opportunities, just updating articles, adding content too. I think you had some really cool ideas for adding content.
Well, actually, very much helped by a discussion with you, Liz. So you turned us on to some very nice areas for keyword research, and we had a lot of fun. It was we didn't put a huge amount of extra content on, but the site was fairly small. It actually only had, I think, probably 20 articles or less, and we added about that again before we'd had it for a couple of months. So,
because it's in a niche where the sales run up at Christmas.
Very seasonal.
You bought it. What month was it when you bought it?
We bought it in July, I believe.
Then went on a content run. And then, so you bought that site for how much?
So that site was $6,000 US.
Yep.
So the way that it worked is that we were doing our full due diligence. That it takes a bit of time, and being a first site, we wanted to do it well. Talked to the owner, but we saw there was a lot of interest in this site. It's in a niche that a lot of people were quite interested in, and it checked out quite well. And the owner had a buy it now price of $5,000, and the bidding started to come up, and then I was really toying with the idea of whether to go for the buy it now price, and then the next thing you know, the buy it now price was up to $6,000, and the bidding was getting hotter, and I just bit the bullet and thought it was still a good investment at the $6,000, and I think the success we've had with it says that was a good decision.
Because so you bought it for $6,000. Yep. So and it was making, I think, so that was about a 3 times multiple.
It was about 3 times. So like I said, it's quite seasonal, and so we had to sort of weigh up. Okay, it made this amount in the Christmas period, but actually a lot less through the rest of the year. But it averaged out, so there was a 3 times multiple.
Yeah. Okay. And then so you put your content on. And what happened as you got it for Christmas?
So once we bought it, it took us a while to learn how to run the site and those little tweaks that we made. Then we put the content on starting around sort of October, I think. And then things started to really heat up through November. Got really exciting. It's, a lot of Amazon sales start happening in the Black Friday sales. So that got really exciting. And so that November we made about $1,300, I think. And then December actually made more than what we paid for the site. So $6,000 just in December.
That's always good. Good outcome. So $6,000 in December. And then now you've continued on that side, haven't you? Kept on adding content. And so what happened in the following December? How did you go over the next year?
Really excited. We kept on adding more content, doing all the right things in terms of keywords and content. And the following December, it actually doubled again. So we've made $12,000 in the following December. So
awesome.
Really happy.
And that's only just part of the year too. That's just the whole turnover.
Yeah,
of the
yeah, we
site.
kept on earning every month, but it's just that December period is the
Really
peak
nice.
season. Yeah.
Yeah. So, in a little website for $6,000,
Yep.
you've now completely paid that back to
Yeah,
yourself.
many times over.
Yes. And interestingly, you've done the same with site number 2 as well.
Yeah, I guess the harder we try, the luckier we get. But the site number 2, we'll call it, it is actually an Australian-based site, and it was also on Flippa. And it didn't have nearly the level of interest in terms of bidding. We ended up actually picking up after the auction process for around $18,000.
Yep.
And that actually, in a yearly multiple, was quite a lot less than the site number 1.
Yeah. But it was a bit more work, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's why there wasn't the same level of interest. It wasn't quite as passive. The current owner at the time was doing a lot of stuff. So she was making PDF gift guides and monthly sort of things that she would send out to her email list. But we saw a lot of opportunities just in terms of pure renovations that we could do to the site.
Yep. And so what did you end up doing with that one?
Yeah,
So
there are so many things that we did, and
you changed monetization too. You added extra monetization.
Yeah, so the original owner really had monetized it by sending out these PDFs that she had individual people paying for ad space in, which was a lot of work for some income, but really hadn't monetized with affiliate offers, and so we saw a lot of possibilities there, and we just started adding affiliate offers into various posts. And yes, not everything works, but we really did strike gold in one particular post. I think that one post started in the months to come, started earning about $1,000 a month just from that one post. Yeah.
Wow, and that's the thing. Yeah, you got to be in it to win it, don't you? You got to put stuff out there. And sometimes it's the stuff you least expect that actually takes up and ends up winning.
Yep.
So how much have you made? So since you bought that site, how much have you made out of that site now?
Yeah, so we've just looked at the spreadsheet, done our figures, and in the life of that site, and I think it's about 2 years that we've owned it, it's made $80,000. So awesome. More than paid for itself as well.
Yeah,
so,
that's a fantastic return. So you've had pretty good experiences on Flippa so far.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. And so how did you go? Like we've got some videos now on finding those very first sites on Flippa, but then stepping up. So you found it good to be able to find these sites, and do you find Flippa's got a really good range of these kind of sites on there with lots of opportunities?
The choices and opportunities are amazing, and it's the biggest challenge is just to sort through the opportunities, because like I get excited. I'm like, oh, well, look at that opportunity. So I've really been impressed since in the time that we've been looking on Flippa. In the early days, some of the interface was a little bit harder to use, but it's just been getting better and better. And I find that you can filter to exactly what you want quite nicely these days. And so, you can just go back and check on what you're after. And it's just amazing. I find it quite entertaining seeing what ways that people make money online and what kind of websites you can buy. It's really quite amazing.
Entertaining and really informative. I love looking through things like that and getting ideas and going, never thought of that monetization. So.
Exactly, yeah. And it gives, apart from buying great websites, it gives you ideas for your own website as well. Yeah. Just looking at what's available.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, congratulations, Mark.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And thanks so much for sharing your experiences with us.
No worries. Thank you.
Fantastic.